So, hi everyone, welcome to Excendra. So, I want to take a moment to welcome all of you for joining this introduction session for GenAI AI Full Stack Development. So, I hope that by end of this program, you'll be very clear about what is GenAI Full Stack and what's the future of this, what's the job market out there, what's the demand. So I'll be trying to clear all of those questions and queries about how AI is transforming the role of software development overall. So we are Excendra. So I hope you know us. We are we have been around for almost like 5 years now. So previously named as Marvel Minds. So right now we are offering the courses for more towards AI and generative AI, particularly for fresh developers who want to join or who want to upgrade their skills to join as freshers, or at least, like I would say, after finishing their internship and everything, they want to join, like I would say, top MNCs and startups at a very good position. So let's begin. So before I start, let me quickly give you a quick introduction. So myself, Firdaus, I have over 14 plus years of experience. I have been in like a lot of different MNCs. You can even like visit my LinkedIn profile. So you will find all details about my career journey and also my experience and like I would say like complete details about my portfolio. So I have a background of BTech and MTech from BITS Pilani and NIT Srinagar. So I have been like doing all time learning, did my MBA, like diploma from data science, the AI product management specialization. That is my recent diploma that I did from Duke University. So I hope like this is good enough for me to like stand in the position that I can talk about overall full stack and software development as a career. So I hope I'll try my best to guide you best of my knowledge and whatever the trends that has actually happened in last couple of years. So I'll be trying to explain it all. So the rise of Gen AI full stack developers. So nowadays, if you see Gen AI and AI, I would say that has been like really popular. And before this, if we see like a job role that was for full stack development, so their roles were very restricted to the CRAT operations, to doing like I would say to the front end and back end logic to build the let's say management applications or the project. Like that will actually suffice the need of like complete all the features. Okay, तो overall हम क्या करते थे जो भी हमारे let's say जो core logic होता था, so to implement that was the role of full stack development. So let's think of an application, let's say a college management or a I would say school management application. Okay, so the role of full stack was to create the application itself. Okay, it's front end, it's back end, it's database, how to connect and how to actually interact with the data and how to manage, I would say, different features of that application. Okay, so it will have reports, it will have student registration, it will have attendance, it will have a lot of those things. Okay, so this was a limited scope, but beyond that there were much bigger roles. Okay, advanced roles that has like changed the complete paradigm. Now as a full stack developer, the roles have completely transformed. Okay, now your responsibility is not just to complete the application or features as such, but you have to also take responsibility of deploying that application, I would say scalability of that application and complete architecture of that application. Okay, so there are actually like lot of different modules or different roles that has clubbed together. Okay, now you don't stand a chance that you would call yourself, let's say you are a React.js developer or a Java developer or something like that. Okay, so 5 years ago those roles were concrete and everyone was trying to, I would say, make himself expert enough for a particular framework. Okay, लेकिन अभी वही जो रोल है वो ट्रांसफॉर्म हो चुका है. Now if you are going to a startup, or even I would say to the corporate companies, they won't accept your portfolio if you are restricted to a particular framework, okay, or a particular language. So what has actually transformed? So before that, I'll try to like emphasize on what has actually changed, like how this trend is going on and what's the demand over there. Okay. तो अगर आप देखोगे जो market demand है, that has been rose to, I would say, 75%, or even I would say year on year it is actually rising. For AI fluency, you have to know like how to leverage AI tools and how to use AI for the development in general, right? So that's with the help of tools, that's with the help of LLM models, and that's with the help of all these available options that's out there, right? So how fluent are you? Like, can you use those tools effectively? Can you do the prompt engineering? Can you do all that stuff, right? So next, if we move on, so in 2026, the demand has really surged. This is a report that I have like received from Dice Tech Job Market Report and PwC. So these are like I would say one of the top leaders in terms of job analytics and listings. So like this is based on the US data. So that this demand is throughout the globe. In 2026, like the demand for enterprise integration, I would say overall project development, that has actually increased to close to 638%. And for AI agents, that has increased to 537%, 87%. That's year on year. Every year, it's like I would say increasing to 6 to 8 folds. Okay, 6 to 5 folds at least, right? So that's what is actually going on, like with the requirements that is like with respect to the I would say adaption of AI into the products, right? Excuse me. So now let's move on. So this is, let me try to like explain what's the difference between the traditional and Gen AI full stack. Okay. सो जैसा मैंने बताया कि प्रीवियसली जो फुल स्टैक डेवलपर्स का रोल रहता था, दैट वाज रेस्ट्रिक्टेड टुवर्ड्स द एआई, लाइक आई वुड से टू द लाइक टू द कोर एप्लीकेशन डेवलपमेंट. सो हमारा फोकस रहता था लाइक हाउ आवर फ्रंट एंड, हाउ यू वी कैन क्रिएट एन इंट्यूटिव एंड वेरी इंटरेक्टिव एंड वेरी एलिगेंट यूआई. When I'm saying UI, it's a user interface. कोई भी application ले लो आप. Let's say even if you log into social media apps like Facebook, Instagram, and all. So how do you interact? How do you upload images and all? So that will be your UI, whether it's on mobile or desktop. And second one is the logic, where your posters, comments, and all that information is stored. Okay. So there will be a backend, a middle layer that connects your front end and the database. And there are different types of database that will store your information, right? And here, like for the full stack developers, there was a limited scope. Okay, unka focus wo rehta tha, and then there were different roles. Let's say architects and DevOps that used to play a role of deploying that application and then making it available over the internet. Okay, and then architects or system design architects we are using to take responsibility for the scalability. Let's say think of an application like Instagram, okay, where there are, I would say, close to a billion users that are actually using it. Okay, to scale to it, to scale that to that extent and providing like all the like I would say the scalability and availability of that application to the mark. So that was the role of a system design architect. But with the help of like all the tools that we are using today, so Gen AI role has completely changed. Okay. So now as a full stack developer, you have to have, I'm not saying that you have to be the expert and you have to take the responsibility of onboarding or I would say providing the scalability to millions of users. लेकिन आपको understanding होनी चाहिए कि system design की क्या है. So how do I scale my system, right? How do I bring it to the like a scalable option that at any moment your system can be surged with the number of users. Let's say at a point on an Instagram or a streaming channel, okay, जहाँ पे आपके पास, let's say at a point, let's take an example of an application like Hotstar. तो वहाँ पे एक moment पे आपके पास like let's say there is a match going on a cricket match. Okay. So before match, there will be very few users who will be interested to see the overall presentation, pitch details, and all that things, right? But as soon as toss goes on and the match actually starts, the first ball is bowled, so immediately there will be surge of millions of users. Okay. So how does your system support to scale and to stream that match to all these users at the same time? Okay, millions of users. So that's what like a system design architecture would actually do. Okay, it will build an automated system that would auto scale. And apart from that, now we have integration of LLMs and we have integration of agentic AI tools, right? So that kind of development would be called an agentic AI. So where we try to bring in these features of LLMs and the AI models to be leveraged and build the advanced, I would say, tools like chatbots, analysis, and research. All of that can be done right at the runtime. So that's the transition. Now, as a Gen AI full stack developer, you have to have like following responsibilities. तो अभी अगर आप कोई भी जॉब प्रोफाइल ढूंढेंगे, so there are like job profiles like GenAI full stack developer. So you have to have the understanding of how end-to-end full stack development is actually done. Okay. So यहाँ पे I would like to like take a moment. Okay. So because if you understood this, you have understood the whole presentation. Okay. So when I'm saying Gen AI full stack engineering, I mean to say that you have to expertise the tools, the AI assisted tools. Okay. So now so you might have seen like there is lot of things or lot of news is going around that development job is gone, right? So when I'm saying when we say that, that's because now you don't have to actually remember the syntax. Okay, you don't have to write the code with your hands anymore, but you have to guide a particular AI agent or AI assistant system. Let's say the tools like I would say there are a lot of tools, like even in Visual Code Studio, which is a normal IDE editor, which we used to use before for over a decade. So that provides a like lot of options to integrate with Claude, with I would say GitHub Copilot, with Gemini and other LLM models, coding assistant models. Okay, so वहाँ पे हम क्या करते हैं? We provide prompts and we say that we want to develop this feature and we want to have that button and this let's say operation, we want to add a student here, then update that, and we want to do all of that, and your AI assistant will be smart enough to implement all of that. Okay, so now your responsibility is to guide the AI assistant. Okay, it's anyway is going to write the code, लेकिन वो कोड आप पहले क्या करते थे? We used to write that line to line by line. Okay, लेकिन अभी वो पूरा कोड आपका AI assistant आपके लिए implement कर रहा है. So that's why we feel like it's maybe development is gone. Now AI assistants are smart and they can do all of that, right, on their own. But what we have to understand next to it, okay, जो पहले भी important था और अभी और भी ज्यादा relevant है. If you don't understand it, then maybe you will mislead the AI assistant, right? आपका implementation जो होगा, it will be in a way that it will be in a way that it will be buggy feature, right? At the end, you are going to face lot of issues and your application is going to break because if you don't understand the fundamentals. So what we see, we have to have the understanding of programming foundation, like how like programming fundamentals kya hai, what are the solid principles, like if your code is generated, do you actually understand that code or not? Okay, so data structure and algorithms. So the second level that has to be perfect and you have to understand is data structure and algorithms. Okay, so for that, like we used to spend a lot of time, and believe me, data structure algorithms and OOPS concepts. So even today, like all top companies, I would say talking about Amazon, Flipkart, and like I would say Mang companies. Okay, so Meta, Netflix, and Amazon. So these like I would say star-rated MNC companies. So they do their interview process focused on the DSA and OOPS concepts. Okay, and they are very relevant even today. अगर आपका एआई असिस्टेंट आपके लिए कोड लिख भी रहा है, तब भी आपको इन फंडामेंटल्स की अंडरस्टैंडिंग 100% होनी चाहिए. ओके, ओनली थिंग दैट विल डिफर राइट नाउ इज यू डोंट हैव टू रिमेंबर मच. आपको याद रख, पहले हम क्या करते थे, पहले यूजुअली लाइक before 5 years I would say if I have to interview someone or someone would interview me, they will tell me like do this data structure implementation. Okay, so let's say we have to do a linked list or an array list. So how will you do this operation? And that I have to actually write the syntax for that, write the code. But today I have to understand the functionality of that. Okay, that is good enough. उसके बाद वो ऐड कैसे कर रहा है, अपडेट कैसे कर रहा है, दैट विल बी द जॉब ऑफ एआई असिस्टेंट. लेकिन अगर मुझे इसका इंटरनल फंक्शनिंग ही नहीं पता है, आई वोंट बी एबल टू लाइक फिक्स द बग्स, और आई वोंट बी एबल टू लीड my project or my AI assistant in a right way so that it will be implemented properly, right? तो वो मुझे कंट्रोल करने के लिए मुझे ये रूल्स और ये फंडामेंटल्स प्रॉपरली अंडरस्टैंड होने चाहिए. दिस इज व्हाट एआई असिस्टेंट इटसेल्फ फॉलोज, एंड दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड much better, right? Because so that we can, I would say, guide the AI assistant properly, right? Next thing is DevOps, AI ops, and system design. So this had nothing to do anything with, I would say, full stack developers before. उनको इसके बारे में अगर ABC भी पता नहीं होता था, then they were still a good full stack engineers and there were dedicated roles for those. Okay, even कि ऐसा गाइड किया जाता था, स्टे अवे फ्रॉम डेवऑप्स, स्टे अवे फ्रॉम दिस, बिकॉज दिस वाज अ जॉब रोल फॉर समवन एल्स. तो अगर आप मतलब एक ही बंदा हर एक चीज करने लगेगा, देन द जॉब वाज गेटिंग रून्ड. ओके, सो दे वर एक्चुअली creating job roles that was specific to DevOps, specific to system design, or even I would say to the point for testing, okay, or project management and release. So there were defined roles for that. But as a Gen AI full stack developer, now you have to have a very good understanding of this. Okay, so even though I would say this is more of an advanced role. Okay, so एक I would say 4 to 5 years experience के बाद लोगों को ये रोल असाइन किया जाता था, जैसे सिस्टम डिजाइन का, प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट का. बट नाउ since our development is going very very fast, okay, तो जब हम डेवलप कर रहे हैं, so it's happening very quickly. Okay, lot of I would say iterations. पहले हम क्या करते थे, कोई एक फीचर पिक करते थे, उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करते थे, then it will go through the phases of testing, release, and then so on, right? But now you have to do all of that maybe within a week. You have to build the feature, do the testing, release, deploy in the production. That's why you have seen boom of AI products happening around us, right? जब से चैट जीपीटी रिलीज हुआ, तब से आपने देखा होगा कि हजारों टूल्स डेवलप हुए. दैट्स बिकॉज these AI assisted speeded up the whole process. अभी आप आपकी डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, आपकी टेस्टिंग वगैरह बहुत जल्दी कर सकते हो. ओके, so that's why the two that like roles, or I would say the process like DevOps, that got involved into the full stack development, system design, and Gen AI architect, understanding how you can control and how you can interact with AI tools, and release management. Okay, so with AI driven development, so the velocity is very high. तो आप कैसे कंट्रोल करोगे, how you will manage the project, or how you will release it, like that, right? So next is the internship. Okay, the real experience. Okay, that's also very very essential. अभी क्या हो रहा है, mostly the courses that are out there or the certifications that people are doing, that speaks about all of this, but they do not give the real hands on. Okay, so that's what we want to transform here. So as part of Excendra, we are providing an internship where you will experience all of this firsthand. Okay, so you will implement all of this. So will be starting with I would say a beginner. Like I would say there will be an instructor. Like for this particular program, definitely it will be me, and I'll be guiding you through how we work with the frameworks like React.js, Node.js, database like SQL, NoSQL, also talking in detail about like Gen AI engineering, like connecting with AI tools, how to actually leverage that, how to, I would say, fine tune that, and how to use it for our particular test, like use cases. So that's all in the form of tools like LangChain, OpenAI. RAG, AI agents, MCP, all of that will be covered. And second part, like as part of this internship, we are going to do the project management, the collaboration. We are going to understand GitHub. We are going to do the code review. So you are going to understand the overall ecosystem. कि एक developer को क्या काम रहता है, right? So that's more important, right? Because you have to experience all of that hardships, the challenge. Okay, so once you solve that first hand, आप अपने हाथों से वो चीजें resolve करोगे, then that will be, I would say, a very good skill that you will carry when you'll be joining even as a fresher, right? And then there will be there is definitely a huge demand for skilled, I would say, full stack developers. Knowledge is not enough. Hands-on and projects is definitely what's going to add to your portfolio. Okay, so then we are going to do some capstone projects. Okay, so these are going to be advanced level projects, not the basic ones that you may have done into your academics. And we have to understand the overall process, how to deploy it on cloud, how to take care of the scalability, and how to take care of the systems, the overall configuration and all. So, and then finally, we also provide career assistance and placement support. Okay, so that's something we specialize in. So we have full-time support for career assistance, जहाँ पे there will be a senior HR expert that will be leading you and giving you all those job opportunities. So I'll try to conclude it in next few minutes. So this is all, these are the four pillars of this Gen AI full stack development role. First one is AI augmented product engineering. If you have to develop the product, if you have to be an engineer, now you have to use the AI assistants. You have to adapt to AI. Okay. And then there are tons of tools out there. Okay. लेकिन उनका एक ही principle, एक ही, I would say, pattern है कि how do they work. That's what we have to understand. So this is a very powerful tool that you can actually leverage, that will be in your hands. लेकिन उसको सही से कैसे assisted करना है, right? उसको सही से how you can make it good enough. Like nowadays you may have like this thing got popular. Now you don't need a developer, build your website on your own and build your applications, mobile applications and all. But then there are principles, right? There are rules, there are like security constraints that you have to actually understand. Okay. Otherwise, you won't know these things and your AI assistant will also ignore that. Okay. It's not that they won't know it, but you have to properly guide it. जब आप उसको right way में, right direction में लेके जाओगे, उसको assist करोगे, then only it's going to be implemented for you. Second is autonomous agentic architecture, right? Building the backend architecture that can leverage the AI with the help of agentic AI, RAG systems, vector databases. So these are all new things, right? That got introduced in last 2-3 years. और अभी बहुत ज्यादा पॉपुलर है, बहुत ज्यादा डिमांड में है. If you build those skills today, I will guarantee by next 6 months or 1 year, you will be expertising this, and like you will be at the level जहाँ पे पहले developers 5-6 साल के बाद पहुंचते थे, that will be your position in 6 to 8 months, because this is new. This is what companies are adapting and they are trying to introduce to the new world, right? Context and vector intelligence. Okay, now your database layer has also changed. Okay, the logic of fetching the data, retrieving the data, that has actually changed. Okay, because now you can integrate with something like vector databases, jahan pe it will have it can instantly get all that information. Like I'll give you an example. So think of it like you work for a bank or something like that, right? So जहाँ पे आपके पास you will have millions of financial reports. हर एक बंदे का, हर एक account का आपके पास detailed report होगा. If you have to do some analysis, let's say you want to check what is the, let's say, debit, या फिर let's say in case of loans and all, who are the defaulters और क्या rate रही वो defaulters की. That means you have to go through all the million accounts, through all of those reports. Okay, and doing that with I would say the traditional model using QA, like using SQL and NoSQL databases, it was really it was like a nightmare. उसके ऊपर analysis करना, then executing those queries and everything. Now what you can do, you can load all of that together in a vector DB. So that will index all of that information and it can help it can help your AI agents to actually retrieve that information. आप उनको simply बोलोगे कि मुझे ये डिफॉल्टर्स की लिस्ट चाहिए. It will go through all of those million documents in very, very fast speed, and it will retrieve that information, calculate it for you, and give you the final report. Okay. For that, you may like, you would have required, I would say, a week or a month of work to implement that out of there. But with with this new architecture, with these new tools, it will happen really, really fast. Okay. So then it is system resilience, like building the a system design and building that systems that will have zero downtime, and it will have a lot of scalability. So that's all thing that you have to also understand. You have to implement that. Okay. So finally, I would like to conclude with giving you some quick insights, like what we have been doing in the past and why do we specialize in this thing. Okay. So I have given you information about my profile and like why I am the right fit for actually like giving you at least this information. Okay, then it will be your choice whether you want to learn with me. And then, like, as an information purpose, I want to share this, that how Gen AI full stack development role is actually elaborated. You can do more researches and then you can actually opt for it. So there are options for 100% guaranteed placement assistance. So we have had trained lot of developers in the past in both full stack, machine learning, agentic AI development, and then there is a very large pool. So we leverage that direct referrals, and also the uh, we have HR expert panels that is going to guide you at every step where to apply, how to apply, and then definitely making sure you will get placed somewhere. And terms and conditions depends upon your rating, depends upon how well you are performing during the course. You will definitely get those opportunities. Optimizing your resume, and also optimizing your LinkedIn profile and other social profile for the job market, and making sure your HR, the companies will actually find you. Okay, not you are going to go and apply that, but they are going to come back to you and then ask you like for the details and all, and seeing if you are interested for those job roles. And finally, making you prepared for the real interviews. Okay. So as an AI architect and with over 14 years of experience, I have overall, I would say at least 6 to 7 years of experience, where I have been recruiting team members anywhere from, like, I would say fresher to an advanced, I would say 10 plus years of experience. So I do understand the whole process. So I'm going to share all of that information with you. I am going to like one on one lead every member which is going to join this group, that how you can actually reach to the top. Okay, how you will be the best candidate. Okay, for that particular job role. So these are some of the top hires that I want to share. I have shared direct, I would say LinkedIn profile, so that maybe like you can get reference, you can get an idea, or like maybe you can exchange some message with these folks. If you want, what's the overall process like? How is it like going with the Excendra? And all of these are like very well placed in like top MNCs. If you see their current positions, they have been interns in Red Stack Labs, and then today they are like doing jobs for various MNCs, and they are doing really, really well. So then, yep, that's all I wanted to share. I want to conclude it. I hope you understand all your, like, I would say, I would say the overall journey that's going to be for a Gen AI full stack, and what's the demand, and how quickly and how fast you have to get started if you want to actually build the career here, and then you want to transition yourself to this particular role. That's all I have to share.